If you're having suicidal thoughts or feelings or feel like you have no hope, please call 988. There, you can talk to someone who not only cares about your story, but cares about you. Please reach out today. Thomas P. Murphy once said, "Minutes are worth more than money. Spend them wisely." At Minutes Wisely, we take that to heart. Our mission is to decrease veteran suicide by providing life-changing experiences for veterans, first responders, and Gold Star families. We believe that we can make a lasting impact by rekindling a sense of purpose and fostering community through sponsored tickets to sporting events. These experiences are not just about the game, they're about the moments that can change lives. A simple sporting event can boost joy and instill a sense of renewed hope and purpose for those who have served. Join us in making a difference, become a moment maker, and empower a veteran with rediscovered hope. Visit minuteswisely.com for more information and to get involved. Together, we can make every moment count.
Welcome back to another episode of TSP.
No, you're not. No. I have turned into a slacker. Why? Because I have got commander-itis. I've got 32 more days left of me being commander of a post, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy about that.
Yes.
Do you have any announcements, sir?
Short timer. So the only announcement I have is, well, besides obviously the golf outing, 9/11, it's still in the process of coming together. There's 4 or 5 teams that are already signed up and paid, a couple sponsors. It's going well. I did a podcast myself last night with Charlie over at Single Tree, and he got my little story.
And he didn't ask me? Really? I'm like, it's a 2-part deal.
I know, man.
Thanks, Charlie. Thanks a lot, buddy.
You tell him you want to be next.
That's okay. Hey, listen.
Hey, there was no room in a studio for 2 people anyway, so
that's all right, man.
It was a one-on-one thing. But that went pretty well. I have no idea when that's going to air, this weekend, next week. I have no idea. But anyways, if you've been following us here for the last 3 years, we sit down with veterans and get their life stories. Well, tonight we have special guests. We have a veteran, but a veteran of the Israeli Air Force, I believe. Is that correct, Guy? Yes.
Yes, with awesome. this thing, and yeah, I was ready, I was ready to open up, a Dostoevsky novel waiting for you to finish your kind of introduction, but I love it, I like it.
So, Guy is in Israel right now, and it's like, what, 1 o'clock in the morning? So,
yes, it's 1:10 to be exact. Yeah, so the minutes, why the minutes don't change, through time zone, someone should write an article about that. Maybe some physicist. I was always interested about a lot of, different ideas, esoteric ideas, but mainly if you want to talk and present me, you can do that. But if you don't, I can present myself. So whatever floats your boat.
All right. Yeah, we're just going to ask you some questions, and we're just going to let you run with it. Do you have anything first, Andrew?
I was going to say something. I was going to say something.
Yeah.
But no, thank you, Guy, for coming. Thank you, Fleek, for having me on again. Since I'm the co-host here in the Comic Relief, I just want to say we had a great turnout at our Memorial Day Ruck last week. We've got a couple things coming up. I've just been asked to give a prayer and the speech at Flag Day, which is June 14th, the Army birthday, down at Fort Negley. So you guys, if you're around, come down to Fort Negley and watch me talk about the flag and give a nice prayer for the Army and for the flag.
Where's Fort Negley at?
Fort Negley is in Nashville, Tennessee. We've done this, God, for at least 15 years in a row. And Laura Bowman, she reached out to me today, Vet Links. So thank you, Laurel. We've had her on the show before, but she wrote me up and she's like, "Hey, do you want to do this again?" I was like, "Yeah, of course." I love doing the prayers for different things, and I love being able to speak at different events. Hint, hint. Charlie Eblin. You might wanna talk to me. I mean, I've been in the Murfreesboro Magazine. I've done this and this and this, and I'm a District 5 commander. And we put you on our VFW website for free, no charge. So I don't know. Tit for tat, dude. Tit for tat. That's it for me, man.
Oh, right on.
Such a patriotic speech. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, wait. Actually, I do have one announcement.
Here we go.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, you've been hell bent about this for a couple days now, Fleek. I'm not going to say anything that's going to get us in trouble. But for you veterans out there, you guys get a DD-214 when you get out, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Do not wear it if you don't rate it. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, it'll save you a lot of headache in the future. And some of you guys know what I'm talking about. If you don't rate it, don't wear it. If it doesn't fit on the DD-214, don't wear it.
Yeah, you don't have to embellish your service, man. You did.
You don't have to be a bro vet. You don't have to be a bro vet.
You did something 99% of the population of the country didn't do. You should just be proud of that.
Exactly.
There's no reason to embellish your service.
Yeah, I'm the exact opposite. 99% of the populace in my country, have gone through the ringer, the boot camp, being a cadet, being yelled at by a senior officer, someone who doesn't know you, doesn't care about you, he doesn't want to hear your story, he doesn't want to be a friend,
familiar.
That sounds familiar. Just want you to follow the orders. So I like that. I like that for you,
So you're saying everybody in Israel has to join the military?
Basically, yes. If you can somehow be relieved of service, there are numerous ways to do that. The military doesn't accept everybody equally.
Yeah.
You have to go through the filter. You have to go through the system. You have to be checked. Physically, all your traits or all the prerequisite for the position that is allotted for you and the station that you will be occupying. So all of that, you need to go through the filter, and everybody goes to one specific place in Jerusalem, which is the recruit office for the entire nation. Yeah, so the offices, the administration offices for the entire nation is located, situated in one place in Jerusalem. So everybody goes there. So it's very stressful. It's like going to the DMV, without just standing in lines for hours. They put you into they put you into one office and they take you to another one to talk to some B word that you never met and you don't want to talk to, but you have to in order to pass the test, and then you have the physical checkup, which is very intrusive in a lot of ways, but it's necessary for a functioning body.
Hey Guy,
sorry.
When you're at getting checked out, we call it MEPS here, Military Enlisted Processing Center.
Yeah, you have to cough. You have to cough.
Yeah. I was gonna ask, do you have to duck walk?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Right.
Come again.
Do they make you get down on the floor and duck walk like this?
Naked?
I don't know what you did in your service, okay?
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
Oh, that's what they make you do here in America. They make you duck walk. I had to duck walk.
Okay.
No,
I was going to say it's pretty ironic that your place is in the most famous city on the planet
ever.
ever.
You know, I studied ancient Judea when I was a classical
Mhm.
studies major, and
Yeah, I'm not from Jerusalem, but that's
where?
fine.
Okay, let's start.
Tel
Where are you
Aviv.
from?
I was
No, yeah.
I was born in Tel Aviv,
Okay.
in the Ichilov Hospital in Tel Aviv. So all the street names are named after famous, um, famous people, but there are a lot of kind of weird names. Like um, there are names named there. Sorry, there are streets named after like Leonardo da Vinci. It doesn't have it doesn't have anything to do with Israel
No,
or
not at
Right.
all.
Judaism or religion even for that matter. So I don't know who made the decision to name a street in Tel Aviv Leonardo da Vinci, and nonetheless we have a lot of cultural heroes that we can pick and choose from. And I don't know who came up with the idea of Leonardo da Vinci, but okay, that's fine. There are other streets that are named like there's a very famous Indian poet. I can't remember his name
Rami?
exactly right now.
Is it Rami?
Sorry? No, no,
RHAMII.
he's not. Rami is not Indian. He is Persian, but that's fine.
My bad.
He's a Persian. He's
No,
the Persian poet, so he's
Hey,
not Indian.
Andrew's
hey,
getting
he's a
checked.
good one, man. He's a good
He's
one.
a very good one. Yeah, I concur. I concur. He is very good. I like his poets, especially his very light, erotic kind of poetry. Erotic, not in a kind of based, obscene type of way,
Right.
but in a sort of lovely kind of romantic type of poets. So I like him. He's not he's not Indian. Sorry, I don't want to, cast any
Oh,
aspersions on
no, no,
your
no.
intellect
Hey, I
or
was wrong, man. I thought he was Indian. I didn't know he was a
yeah.
Persian.
So his first name is Tagore, but I can't remember the rest of the name. So I don't know why there's a street named Tagore after a famous Indian poet in Israel in Tel Aviv. But Tel Aviv is a very cosmopolitan, urban, dense, populated area and city. Tel Aviv is a metropolis. It is huge in terms of numbers of people actually living in the confines of the city itself. There are, per capita, most people per capita live in the metropolis of Tel Aviv, which is constituted from different, districts
Uh-huh.
and local townships and yeah, and localities. Yeah. Anything
Nice.
else?
Oh,
No,
well,
So I'm
yeah.
from Tel
What
Aviv.
after you were born in Tel Aviv?
Yeah.
What'd you do? Where'd you go? Where'd you go to
Uh,
school?
I was raised in Tel Aviv right after I was born. I was raised in Tel Aviv, and so I kind of grew up in a very bohemian, artistic, kind of a secular home. No type of religion or anything like that. I was circumcised, and I had a bar mitzvah. So those are
Woo!
the two. Yeah. So it's like I don't have a problem to divulge these kinds of details because circumcision is so scarce. Um,
Yeah.
Hundreds of millions of people get circumcised every year
I got
around the
cut.
world. So
I got
Yeah.
cut.
Okay.
Me too.
Yeah. We
You wanna see it?
should replace you with a soundboard or something like no.
Yeah, he
Just
does
kidding.
that.
No. So I went through a very normal type of childhood, and nothing that rocks the boat too much. Um, it's quite boring, and the Tel Aviv years, my formative years. But at some point we moved away because of the financial crash. Yeah, financial crash. Sorry, crash. Financial crash of the 90s. The the dollar was at its low point in history, at the lowest point in history. So buying different properties, buying different commodities, you know, different goods. It was very tough because you had to pay like, I don't know. Well, sorry, the other way around because of the dollar, because the dollar crashed. So it was in Israel. It was a kind of a financial boom, especially because of the centralized banking system was introduced for the first time in history of Israel. So it made it much more beneficial to actually put your money and savings inside of an account in a safe place like a bank, presumably, a safe place to put your money and keep your savings and your future safe, literally safe. and and so that kind of the economic renaissance, of the late 80s, early 90s, that kind of went away, and we had to do it. Go we had to go and to someplace else, and it's not that interesting, but um, so I was as a child, I was a very curious, rambunctious, almost antisocial kind of a kid. I never got along with my teachers that forced me to read and write and to study material. I never excelled, in the exact sciences like math. Never understood it. Never could quite get along, with it. Never understood core concepts, like mathematic equations and stuff like that. So I I gave it a rest, and I focused more on humanity.
Humanities.
I focused more on the humanities.
Mhm.
Like literature, art, music. So I started learning to play the piano
Ooh,
and the
right.
guitar. So I have those two skills in my bag. I'm not a professional, musician. I'm not that skillful in playing either instrument, but I am capable. I'm quite competent in both. Um, so I also liked a lot of sports, physical sports. I never liked contact sports. I I never I never could. So I played tennis. I played badminton. Um, I also, you know, forget what I said, a second ago because I was also in a karate class. So I love karate. Yeah, I don't have a black belt, but I have
Taekwondo
I have
here.
a blue belt. I have a blue belt.
Good.
Yeah, sorry.
No, I did Taekwondo for 11 years, man.
Yeah,
Studying
I'm gonna
martial
call
science.
you from now on. I'm gonna call you the commander. Yes, commander in chief.
You can
So
just call me
commander in chief.
Commander, or you can call me Andrew. It's okay.
Okay, Andrew Mander. Yeah.
Andrew Mander. There you go.
Yeah, Andrew Mander.
That was one of Caesar's.
Commandrew. Commandrew.
Andrew.
That's
I
what
like
you
that.
are.
Yeah.
I like that one too.
Yeah.
And then you can
Yeah,
call
let's
this
go.
guy. You can call him the Godfather.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
He is
He
the
looks like
Godfather.
no, he's more of a Richard Louis Dreyfuss. You know, he's not a godfather.
I'll take that.
Richard
Yeah.
Dreyfuss? Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Why
a good
not?
compliment right there.
I feel like
It's
he's
a
a
great
burnout.
compliment.
We
Sorry?
need a bigger boat, Richard.
Yeah,
We need a bigger boat.
I do need a bigger
Yeah,
boat.
yeah. I love Jaws. You know,
me
I
too.
love Jaws.
Oh, it was a great movie.
I've seen it perhaps eight times or so, and
Yeah.
each time it's a different movie.
Yeah.
It's a different movie entirely. It's
I
never
agree.
the same movie. I don't know why, but it never unfolds in the same way that you expect it to. And I don't know why. It's such a great movie, and I just
The
I'm
latest thing
dying
is
laughing.
the latest thing is putting your TV out by your swimming pool and watching it at night while you're swimming in the pool.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
I saw it as a kid, and I was scared to go into the water for at least 3 weeks. I'm like,
Yeah.
nope,
Yeah,
I'm not going.
Yeah.
people stopped taking baths for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think which movie actually influenced me to. Well, I was, funnily enough, I saw Bruce Lee's biopic. You know, the old one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with when you know that kind of dramatic biopic of Bruce Lee. You know, I was a kid. I was very very small, maybe eight or nine, and it had this scene where Bruce Lee just got injured. You know, he had a very severe back injury that almost completely, you know, shut down his career. You know, terminated everything he was doing his career, and he had this fever dream. You know, and he had a nightmare about he was training like in a training yard, and there out from the shadows came a samurai.
Yeah, the
A
samurai.
samurai
The
that
samurai. Yep.
didn't have a face. So that scene, you know, haunted me for at least you know, 6 months or something like that
Oh,
when
that
I
was
was a kid.
God. Yeah. Wow, man, I can't remember the. Yeah, what's his name? Damn, I can't remember the guy who played Bruce Lee, but that was a great movie. It was. Hold on, let me look it up.
Okay,
Sorry,
you think about it,
You can
Commander.
keep on. You keep on talking.
Let's go back to Richard.
Let's go back to like. Oh yeah.
How old are you when you joined the military in Israel?
Yeah, I was 21 and on the brink of 22 or something like that. So it's quite old, you know, because usually you get drafted at the age of 18, and I postponed my service. I went on a trip, you know, to abroad. I went on a tour of Europe, and I had a lot of fun. Then I came back and I started studying in university. Then I dropped my. That's Karate Kid, I think.
Nope, it's the
That's-
Dragon with
What's
Jason
in-
Lee.
The Dragon. Oh, that's the name of the biopic.
Yeah, it's Jason Lee. He played Bruce Lee, and
Is that his son?
Yeah,
no,
yeah, yeah.
well,
No, no, it's
his
not his son.
his son is he played the Crow.
Brandon.
Brandon
Oh,
Lee.
His son
Brandon.
is
Yeah,
Brandon
Brandon. Yeah.
Lee.
Well,
Yeah.
Jason
The
Lee.
Crow. The Crow.
Well, Jason Lee played the biopic of Bruce Lee, and he had that fever dream, and he got hurt when he was going against the gangs in San Francisco because they were teaching the white people kung fu, and they weren't. That was against the law back then. So sorry, my bad.
Yeah. It's very
Continue,
weird.
Guy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I saw. Yeah, that's fine. I saw all the Ip Man. Recently I saw all the Ip Man movies. I really got back into old classic karate kind of martial arts movies, and I love them so much because they're so hacky and cheesy, and they're fun to watch. They're fast paced. Usually, I loved Jackie Chan and the new Karate Kid. Didn't like the movie so much, but I liked Jackie Chan for it. And I heard, have you guys watched Cobra Kai? And then
Yes.
Yeah,
I watched a little bit of it.
Love it. Such a nostalgia. And,
Hey, there's only
walking
one Karate
down,
Kid, and his name is Ralph Macchio.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Of
That's
course.
it.
Of course. Yeah, I agree. What's her name? $1 Million Baby. What was her name? Hilary Swank.
Hilary Swank, yeah.
So Hilary Swank, featured in the 4th installment of the Karate Kid franchise series. It was bad, unfortunately.
I didn't.
It was really bad.
I wasn't a fan of that one.
No, neither was I. It was a bad casting choice. She was a very young actor, inexperienced. The plot was bad. Well, I'm not going to break it down now for you. But
Hey, that's another podcast. We can do a whole movie podcast. Go back to you were 21 and you're joining the Israeli. You're going to boot camp and all that kind of stuff.
Mm. Yeah, so I dropped my studies in favor of the draft. They sent me a formal, draft recruitment letter. You can't really, you have two choices. Either you choose to get sent off to prison, which between 3 months and 6 months period, depending on how and how disobedient, shall we say, you were. Not actual prison, military, confinement, and because the military is almost a different state entirely. It's an independent body and institution. So bases are not located, near urban population. I'm not going to talk about, a lot about the specific locations, locations of bases and stuff like that. People can look it up, or if they have the know-how. I don't care to talk about that. Another thing is, I was drafted and I got through, you immediately, go from civil life into, directly thrown into military, regiment and facilities and boot camp. So usually you spent a night at the barracks themselves before you get shipped off in the morning to start the boot camp. Okay, so you don't have any choice in the matter. Of course, you get a questionnaire of what are your preferences. Okay, so you can pick and choose whatever preference you would, whatever unit, whatever makes Commandrew, laugh. That's always a
Well, no, Guy, I'm just
that's
if
always a
they
good thing.
after see
No, just kidding.
after boot camp, they give us a wish. It's called a wish list of where you want to go, and you
Yeah,
put,
exactly.
and you
Exactly.
never get the first place you want to go. You
No,
always
you
get the
never get
last
the first
place.
place. Always good. Well, I got the next to the last place.
Nice.
Next to last. So but I got drafted into the Air Force, which I loved. The Air Force has a rich heritage, very, there's a pride, there's a national pride about the Air Force, and justifiably so. The Air Force has such a rich, time-honored tradition in all aspects. Going back to the 6 Day War, of course, which was internationally renowned as one of the greatest battle, one of the greatest military victories to have 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 had happened in the history of the world. Which I agree, there aren't a lot of wars, that start at day one and end, in a triumphant victory over the opposing opponents, foreign military, especially not against 6 different sovereign states. It's just uncomprehensible. Uncomprehensible. I think that's the right word.
No,
Yeah.
comprehensible. Yeah, no, that's great.
Yeah,
That's
you're
good.
good.
Yeah, it's incomprehensible. Sorry, it's incomprehensible. You cannot fathom any one, sovereign state being able to hold their own, um, and to come out on top. That is a majestic feat, strategically, militarily, even in diplomatic, on the world stage, diplomatic uh, status that you get. You just came out on top.
I mean,
Um,
I'm reading about this, and you guys defeated 3 Arab armies, and you gained territory 4 times its original size, and became the
yeah.
preeminent military power in the region. You
And you
reshaped.
have to, yeah, and you
You
have
reshaped the lines.
you have to think about it this way. So, in the War for Independence in 1948, it is insane to think about. Ben Gurion is Ben Gurion's address of the Declaration of Independence of Israel was met with a lot of criticism. He was under fire from all sides of the Israeli cabinet, the local government. No one liked that idea. No one liked that for Israel. They were sure, 100% that once independence is declared, this will be the end of the Zionist ideal, the Zionist dream of 2,000 years, will cease to exist alongside with the Jewish state and the Jewish people. Right after, on the same day that Ben Gurion declared independence for the state of Israel, 5 foreign sovereign Arab countries attacked in unison, in concert, launched a massive, wide-scale attack on all fronts on Israeli sovereign soil. The newly established country was facing its end, in a moment's notice. That event, the War of Independence, is nothing short of a miracle for the Jewish people and the Jewish state as a whole. And I call it a Jewish state. Even though we are a democratic republic, we still hold on to the Jewish identity as our leading, description. So I was very proud, in short, to be drafted to serve, to get to be able to serve my country. In boot camp, we had 4 months of arduous, very trying, hazardous condition. I was stationed in a very remote base, very far away from home. It was in the middle of the desert, there's nothing around. And when I say nothing, I mean nothing, for miles. So the base is very isolated. So I had a very hard time to actually acclimate to the new environment. I was a different person back then. I did not have the social skills. I wasn't as charismatic. I wasn't as talkative as I am in front of you on this panel today and in general. But now that I am a teacher, I have to talk for a living. So a teacher cannot, he has, to seize the attention of the crowd. He can never relent. You have to be there, focused 100%, and you have to measure each and every syllable that exits, your mouth, that you utter. So I wasn't like that. I was very unapproachable. I had a lot of problems with my bunkmates. The social cohesion of the unit wasn't really existent. People, there were people who had more kind of more morale, and they had more drive, to actually complete the missions, to to actually keep time, and to to basically follow orders to a T. So um, I was very disobedient. I never got along with any of my superiors or my peers in boot camp. But later on, um, when we were shipped off, when we were actually assigned to our, home bases. Um, sorry, I wasn't in a home base yet. Um, my position requires, training, and the military had to train people to do this job that I was going to do in the Air Force. It was a specialized type of field, very technical, very logistical. The 180. It's just 180 from who I was. I wasn't a very technical, very scientific minded. Um, I did not have these tendencies, so I had to adapt. I had to learn, you know, right away, because you would get a lot of tests, so it was another free months of courses. Of course, the military regiment, you had to comply to everything. Um, you had to be on time to every every rally, every session, every working day, and you had to do, shifts. You had to do different menial labor, you know, um, around the base, and so it's funny because the boot camp was so far away. It was in the middle of nowhere in the desert, and and the the training, the training base and the facility was on the opposite side of the country. So I had to do a lot of travel. Um, so it was basically this. Before the military and before my university studies, I can say that I was not a human being. So what I mean by that, um, I did not know almost any hardship before I got into the university and military, because this is real life. This is the adult world, and nobody stops to hold your hand and fix things for you. And you have to adjust and do it all on your own. And that experience, forged a new simulacra, a new persona for me. Um, and I basically forged forged in fire. Um, of course, there are people who had gone through unimaginable suffering and torture, but that you cannot compare. But no one can no one can compare to some of the suffering that occurs in this world, but I'm just talking from my perspective. Um, the military teaches you so many things, how to be on time, how to get dressed, how to do, basic things. A lot of people don't care to trim their nails or shave their hair or shave their faces or to even um, brush their teeth. Basic things that you learn. It's essentially some of these people need it. Don't get me wrong, some of
You
them
know,
do need
yes, they
to
do.
go
Yes,
through
they do.
that process, learn to be an actual functioning human being. um, I wasn't that bad, but some of the other things that I picked up in the military is, how to be a leader of people, how to be able to speak, how to be able to function in different social situations. And, you have to stand up to the challenge because there are a lot of psychopaths, in the higher ranks. They do and say stuff, that no normal human being would do in any other situation. And you have to adapt. You have to keep your composure. You can never lash out at your superiors, or you will be reprimanded, quite severely. So you need to keep watch. And also you need to be able to keep your social, keep your street cred. Um,
Nice.
there's a point where, discipline becomes abuse, and that's not right. And I encountered it a couple of times where senior officers were reprimanded for, unethical or, behavior not becoming of a superior officer and, unit leader and chief. So I'm not saying that everyone's like that, but I'm just saying that there's some BS that does not need to be tolerated. You are essentially an asset of the military. It doesn't mean that they own your ass. You're an asset. Um, so, Commandrew, what do you think about all the things that I said? And do either Richard or Commandrew have any
Andrew.
questions?
Come on, Drew.
Commandrew.
Yeah. Um, Fleek, you want to go ahead with that, or I think you're totally right, Guy. There are some people out there that take advantage of the chain of command, and they think because they're a superior officer, they get to do whatever they want, and they can tell whatever the enlisted guys, hey, go do that, and it's immoral. It's against everything that we've stood for. But you know what? It's an order. We have to follow it. And Guy, it sounds like the Israeli Air Force or the Israeli military. Basically, you have to. An order is given. You have to follow it. Correct?
Yeah, you have to be very, there are other more extreme, combative units, and troopers. They are very tough. They are. Yes, you're a trooper.
I was a grunt in Iraq twice, in Ramadi and
Wow.
Fallujah, and
Yeah,
yeah, I, yes,
very tough.
I've seen some horrible stuff, done some horrible stuff that I've
Yeah.
absolved and confessed my sins, and I've hopefully that's going to be okay with the big man. But
Yeah,
yes, yeah, I've done some morally reprehensible things, and
yeah,
I wasn't happy about that. It actually messed me up for a long time after, and just starting now to get back to being me. Like now, like you were talking about a 180. I have done a 180 with my life. Like 6 years ago, I was a drunk. I was a narcissist. I didn't care about anyone except for myself. And now I try to help people. Like, Fleek and I, we try to help people with this podcast. We help people with the VFW. We help our fellow veterans. And you are a veteran.
yeah.
You're a
I'll
brother.
tell you what, I never had to perform any morally reprehensible,
Irreprehensible. Yeah.
yeah, sorry, reprehensible activities
Mhm.
or or you know something never like that. But at the end of the day, it's a fine balance. It's a fine balance. You can be a pencil pusher. You can be a pusher and still
Yep.
you are contributing on some level to um
Exactly. That's we talk about that in the show all the
Yeah.
time.
yeah. I
Even though
wasn't that.
no,
I
no, no.
wasn't
Yeah.
a pencil pusher. I was a
He
field
was. He was a.
soldier.
I was a grunt. He was a pencil
I
pusher.
was in the field. I was in the field. I wasn't a combatant. I wasn't a combatant, but I was a supportive combatant. Nonetheless, I had
Yeah.
a I had a personal issued firearm at all times. I had, the standard good old, Vietnam M16. I carried it with me everywhere.
Me
Also,
too. To the
always the
bathroom and everything.
magazine. Yeah, everything, everywhere. The magazine was always inserted into the chamber. It was never outside. um, I was in charge. I was charged with very delicate things that I had to oversee. So I had to protect myself
Hmm.
as a military asset and as a human being, and also I had to protect and guard the things. Okay, I can't
Yeah,
talk
the stuff
about.
you had.
I
Yeah,
can't
yeah, of
talk
course.
about. Yeah.
So, I know your country's at war right now. Can your country call you back and make you serve again?
They certainly can. There are a lot of people who get a discharge, not dishonorably discharged, but they're
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
no longer required to um, show up, shall we say, for service.
Mhm.
Um, I'm not. I don't know if I'm fully, out of the hook for military, vet vet. Sorry, veterinary. It's not veterinary service. That's not a correct term.
You're not a.
Better
You're. Have you fully completed
obligated
your
your obligated your
obligated your
service.
service?
Yes, I have. I have,
Yeah.
and I have, but I don't know if I'm completely off the hook. So they can, but I I want to be able to protect and fight for my country, but I just it's such a conundrum
Yeah.
because I'm not above it. I'm not saying that my life is the most important thing, and I'm willing to, under under certain circumstances, I'm willing to risk my life for someone else and for my country. And I fought for my country. I made my contribution, um, but I'm just not in a place where I can do that. Mentally, I still. Well, I'm not if I will go back to, if they ask me to, you have to put, 30 days on December, you have to put, I don't know, 30 to 60 days or whatever, um, just to come back. So most of the time you're with other, veterans. You're not with the rookies or cadets or other junior officers. You're with other veterans. They have a specialized veteran unit, because they know that the social cohesion, uh, they cannot mess with it, and it's already there. You're going back, to people you left. Perhaps you never spoke with some of these people, but if you're a military combatant, most of the time they keep, pretty good, relationships with each other. They write a letter on, I can't say Christmas, but I can, uh, they write a happy birthday.
Hanukkah or Yom Kippur or something like that, right?
No one says Happy Yom Kippur because you have to fast. You have to fast the entire day, and Yom Kippur is a Jewish it's a national
Yep.
Jewish mourning day for
Yes.
the destruction of the second temple. So
Yes.
I don't think nobody. Thank you,
Yeah.
Commander. Thank you
No,
so much.
hey, listen, Guy, my best friend, Matthew Levy, I grew up with him. I went to his bar mitzvah. I was 13, and he invited me to his bar mitzvah. And I mean, I studied a lot of the Jewish culture in college. I had a couple classes, and I find it fascinating. And I'm a Freemason, so I mean, and a lot of the Freemason history we talk about
Yeah,
this. We talk about the
yeah.
Second
I
Temple.
had a feeling. I had some kind of
We
feeling, a
talk
weird
about
feeling about
Herod,
you.
and
Yeah.
we talk about King Solomon, and and
Mm,
from our Freemason talks, we and a lot of the reading of the Bible and Old
mhm.
Testament. We studied the Jewish culture, and I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. You study a bit of Kabbalah, for
I
example.
no, actually, I have Kabbalah. No, I have never. What is wait for our Kabbalah? Is that different from Old Testament, or is that?
It's very different.
Yeah, that's what I
So,
thought. I was like,
um,
Kabbalah is like a thing with the bracelets and stuff, right?
you're half right.
Okay.
The thing with the bracelet, pertains specifically to having good luck, and also warding off
Off
evil
evil
spirits.
spirits. Yeah. Okay.
Uh, the kind of superstition of the evil eye.
Like the
So
Greeks.
there's,
The Greeks have the evil eye, and they wear it. They
yeah,
wear it around for
yeah,
luck, which is really
yeah,
strange because I saw that in Turkey. I saw that in Greece, and it's supposed to be Medusa's eye, right?
yeah, exactly.
And it's
Medusa's
supposed to be
eye.
good
Yeah.
luck, which is yeah. I've got a friend that was just wearing one the other day. I was like, that's a that's a Medusa's eye. Why are you wearing it? Oh, I'm wearing it for good luck. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
So I didn't.
I recently picked up Manly P. Hall's the the Secret Teachings of All Ages. Pretty good reading.
Secret teachings.
Very
Okay.
yeah. The Secret Teachings. Maybe that's not the direct title, but it's something like that. Uh,
Is it by Emily?
no, it's Manly P. Hall. It's not
Oh yeah, Manly. Yeah, there it is.
Manly P. Hall. It was a very
Manly P. Hall, The Secret
infamous.
Teachings and Encyclopedic Outline of Masonic.
No, not that.
No, Manly P. Hall, The Secret Teachings of All Ages.
Exactly that. Yes.
And it's
Um,
an encyclopedic outline of Masonic and
he
some
was
other
an
stuff.
infamous Freemason. He was a sort of one of
Hermetic,
the first.
Kabbalistic, and Rosicrucian
Symbala.
symbolical philosophy.
Yeah, symbolical philosophy. Yeah. Um,
I mean,
Hey,
I'm not a Rosicrucian, but I know a couple Rosicrucians.
yeah.
Those guys are pretty cool.
hey, Guy, how
Yeah,
many
they are. Sorry.
how many languages can you speak?
Well, I speak Hebrew. I speak English fairly well. I made my living teaching English. I teach English at the preparatory school for English at Bar
Nice.
Ilan University, Israel. Um,
Nice.
I'm also what I was trying to say. I got entangled in my own mind a second here. Very weird. I'm sorry. My wires get
Yeah.
crossed, and because my mind is thinking at a speed of 200 miles per hour per second. So it's
Did you?
how
Are
do
you
you
very?
I'm
Are
the
you very
same way.
religious?
Hey, Guy, I'm the same way.
Oh yeah, sorry. How many languages?
Yeah,
Okay,
languages.
let's leave that question hanging, and let's talk about
Sure.
how many languages. Okay, just a second. So I speak Hebrew, fluently. I'm a native Hebrew speaker. I
Oh,
absolutely love that Hebrew language. It's such a complex. It has a lot of deep meanings and roots, and the applications of the Hebrew language. There are a lot of terms in English that originate in Hebrew, like you say, like in the Netherlands. For example, in the Dutch language, they say the mazel, and the mazel means mazal tov, means good fortune in Hebrew. So they had a very thriving, Jewish community in the 17th, 16th, and 18th century that since was almost completely eradicated, and the events of the Holocaust and the aftermath, of course, of World War II. Unfortunately, some of the most brilliant Jewish minds originate from Holland, from Amsterdam specifically. So that's very unfortunate. But I don't speak Dutch. My father can speak Dutch very well. Dutch, German. My mother also speaks Italian. She's such a bright intellectual, scholar. She knows Latin and Greek. She knows Hebrew. She knows Greek or Latin.
2 years of ancient Greek and 6 years of Latin, sir.
Yeah, 2 years for ancient Greek is not a lot, but 6 years for Latin is quite good. Yeah.
Oh,
So
hey, it was. I mean, I love the Latin language. I studied Rome and I studied Greece and I
yeah,
studied
it's
the
tough.
battles, and it was.
It's a very tough language, to learn. Very, very tough. Very. There are a lot of, I think Japanese even is easier to learn than Latin.
It's
But
true. It is. I've tried.
yeah,
I've tried. I've tried to learn Japanese, and Latin is way easier than Japanese. And I even try to learn Hebrew. I can only say shalom and tov, which means good. Tov, right? Tov.
yeah, yeah. Tov, yeah. Tov, Tov,
Tov. That was the
yeah,
first word I learned when I got to
Heathen.
Israel. Was Tov.
yeah. It won't get you far in Israel, but but it's shalom. Shalom will get you a lot further.
Shalom.
Yeah.
What
Um,
does shalom mean? Can you break that down?
Shalom means it's a greeting. It essentially means hello. Um, but but the literal meaning means have peace. Okay, or I come in peace. Okay, that's the literary meaning of the word. It means peace, or peace be upon you, or
Yep. Peace be with you. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
I come in peace. Yeah. It's like in Arabic, Arabic adopted, of course, Arabic. Command you
So,
fluently
Andrew.
and get them.
well, no. Salam alaikum, alaikum salam. I know how to count to
Yeah,
10,
that's exactly the same.
and
Exactly
I
the same.
know
Peace be
uh,
upon
stop or I'll shoot. I used to know how to say that in
you.
Arabic. I can't say
Yeah,
it
I know
anymore.
that. I know that also. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you had to learn? Obviously, you've been to
Yeah.
the Arab states as well.
No, no.
You've
God
never been.
forbid, no. No. Never physically been there.
Okay.
Uh, of course, um, there's one operation that I can talk about,
Okay.
which is a fairly innocent event, nothing too crazy. Um, so the first time I rode, uh, I don't say rode. I've been, yeah, I've been, I've been on a helicopter, so it was awesome. We were. It's funny because
They are fun.
we, yeah, they are so fun. I think I think it's more fun to ride in a helicopter than a plane. Yeah, because it's just whoop whoop, and then you're there. You don't have to think about anything, and it doesn't rattle, it doesn't shake, it's stable. I like that a lot. So we put on our gear. We put on all the accoutrements. The helmet. I have my big boom box. On my ears. Um, I have my private firearm, and we're taking off. Uh, we're taking off, and it's majestic because you see the kind of the scenery of the desert, and there's nothing. It's like looking into an empty ocean. That's a desert. And it has a lot of shapes and a lot of colors to it. It has some greenery, but not a lot. It has craters, a lot of craters, a lot of mountainous areas, very barren. So we assisted another combatant unit in guarding a helicopter that was downed, out of commission. The pilot was okay. Nothing happened to him. So helicopters, it's not a secret. They have an engineer and they have a pilot, of course. So it was a great experience. We got down, we made landing, um, and we had to guard. We had to guard the helicopter, in the middle of nowhere. So, and that was a 2 day kind of event until they were able to ship more crew members to actually, maintenance crew to be able to fix the problem and get the helicopter up and running. And yeah, that was a great experience. And we had another supportive combatant unit. I don't. It's not a secret, but I don't want to say the word of the unit because
Nope.
it doesn't sound good in English. It doesn't pop. It doesn't slide off to the tongue. So I won't say it.
No,
But
no, that's fine, man.
it was a great experience. So that was the first time. So in a span of 2 days, I got to have my first experience of riding a helicopter and the second experience of, we hightailed back in
Yeah.
a helicopter. So it was awesome.
Helicopter.
That's cool,
pretty
man.
Hey,
That's
so
really cool.
we're almost time. We have to wrap it up. So I just have a couple questions for you. What's your favorite food?
Great question. I would say my most favorite food is, hands down, pasta. It doesn't matter whatever type of ravioli or bucatini or fusilli or
Wow.
whatever
Bucatini.
Makes sense.
silly
Your mother
name.
was your
No,
mother?
no, I make it.
You make it.
I make the pasta. I make everything at home. I love to cook. Ever
So do
since ever since I was introduced to Gordon Ramsay, I started cooking like crazy.
Nice.
I love him. He
Yeah.
is an insane British man with a crazy hair, but I love the guy. I don't care. Like, if I never meet him, like, I won't cry about it, but I would like to at least tell him, you have to tone it down a bit.
Yeah, good luck saying
You're
that,
dealing.
Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, you're dealing. At the end of the day, you're dealing with other human beings like yourself. Okay, nobody's effing perfect. Nobody. No, some people. Sometimes you just cook with a donkey sauce, and it happens. Sometimes it happens to some people, but you don't have to make a scene, about it.
So, do you have a lot of
I
recipes?
don't know. Sorry.
You have a lot of recipes?
Yeah, but I don't know the names of the the different condiments and the different.
Well, Guy, you're talking to two chefs right now. I was a chef for 10 years. This guy has
Wow.
a cookbook.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's awesome. Yeah.
I was going to say,
sauce,
if you have any
béarnaise.
recipes, you should send them to me. I'll put them in my next cookbook.
Yeah, we're making
Yeah,
another cookbook.
Okay, I will. Let me make you a Shark Tank offer. Okay, so I will give you the recipe. Are you working with any restaurants? Any?
No, I just do it myself
He
just for
doesn't.
fun.
I used to,
backyard.
but I just cooked for 200 people like a month ago. I can use my church's kitchen all the time.
Mm. Yeah, so I'll give you it for free. Um, I'm not going to make any headway, in the
Yeah.
pasta realm, So, I'm not a professional cook.
If you got
I
a
never,
recipe for latkes or what are those?
no,
Dude, if you got a
I
recipe for
never,
that, I would kiss it.
I never went to Cordon Bleu, the school for the
Neither did
culinary
I.
art. I don't know anything about what true cooking actually looks like, but I have a weird kind of method of preparing, specifically spaghetti. Um, so I like to chop up all the materials, all the ingredients for the recipe for the dish. I chop them up, so it's a red onion, one red onion, one and a half plain white onion. Also, I don't know what's the name. It's the green onion. You say
A green
also
onion. Yep.
green
Scallions or
onion.
Scallion.
Yeah,
Yep.
the long
yeah, the green onion scallions. You
yeah,
just
green onion. Green onion. So um, I chop up a couple of cherry tomatoes, a
ooh,
couple
yummy.
of regular
Mm.
tomatoes, also mushrooms. It doesn't matter which type, I have the plain portobello
Oof.
mushrooms that I chop up. What else? I have onion and garlic.
Hmm.
I think four tubes of garlic. Um, Love it. Yeah. I cut them up. I slice them real
Yep.
thin,
Oof.
almost
Yeah.
Yeah. Very
invisible
nice.
to the eye. Yeah, I love that. The thinner, the better. You get more of the quality
Hmm.
of the onion and the garlic inside. And what else? I'm trying to think here because I'm um fresh basil. I
Of
love
course.
Oh yeah. I
love
love.
fresh fresh basil. I have a basil plant,
Yes. So do
that
I.
I pick. I pick the leaves right off the basil plant, and so I use the Durham spaghetti flour.
Yep.
Durham. It's called
Yeah.
flour
Durham flour. Yeah. Of
spaghetti.
course.
Yeah, very good for people who have
Do
different
you do you make your own?
conditions.
Do you make your own pasta? Like you?
No,
No. Okay.
I never took it that far.
Okay.
I never went out and purchased,
It's dude. It's
a
tough.
pasta kind of
Like
a thinner.
you put the flour there. You make a little crevice for the egg, and then you just mix it in, and then you have
Yeah,
to
I
cut it
know,
into
I know.
strips.
I never, I never done that.
That's legit. I mean, I've done it once, and
Yeah,
I will
I'm
never
not
do it
legit.
again.
I'm not
'Cause
legit. I'm a poser.
it takes
I'm a
Yeah.
not
poser.
no 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 no. This is really cool because like we're getting to know you. We're getting to know the world that you live
Thank you,
in.
Commander.
Hey,
Commander.
listen, I got a lot of respect for people of Israel. Okay, I love the country. When I went there, I want to go back. My church is actually they're going. My priest is going on a sabbatical, and they're going to Jerusalem. And I mean, I've been to the Souk, I've been to the Four Souks, I've been to the Wailing Wall, I've been to. I have a picture of myself on the back gate. I went to the Garden of Gethsemane, Masada,
Mm.
Bethlehem, the Dead Sea. I got to see the Dead Sea. That was like the coolest thing. I actually got to swim in the Dead Sea. I floated like right on top.
Yeah,
It was so
yeah.
cool.
You can't. you can't really swim, in the waters.
Oh yeah, it
It's
was like,
it's
but it was just,
unsavory. Yeah, it's
it
unsavory.
was amazing. It was all, I love your country. I really do. The food was great when I was there. We were there for 6 days,
Mm.
and I loved every bit of it.
Yeah, why don't you join your church and cruise and come up to Israel? Why not?
My wife and I, we are planning like we're going to turn 50 in about 4 years, and so we're debating on places to go, and Israel is one of them. So
Mm.
you, we
Yeah,
might be knocking on your door. Uh,
He didn't tell you where he lives.
I know.
Mormons at my door.
Yeah.
No, no, no. I am
I'm
definitely not
just
a Mormon.
joking.
No offense to the Mormons. I am not a Mormon.
No, I'm not taking any. I'm not taking any offense for the Mormons, of course.
Hey,
Hey,
But I like
what-
I like the Mormons. I understand the Mormon Church pretty good. I'm not a Mormon historian by any means, but I just love. You can't not love. Some of the concepts and the notions that you know. Um,
that
the
Jesus was
Mormon.
he was over in America. That's I was like,
Yeah,
when
Jesus.
did he have time to go
Jesus.
to America? Because I don't remember reading about that at all.
Yeah, I don't think he could walk that far
I,
on
I don't think
water.
so. Yeah, I
Probably
just
not.
I
I
think he
know.
would have. I think he would have drowned. No, I'm just joking. But so make
Nice.
make the pasta. Make the pasta as you see fit. I just take all the ingredients, I chop them up, I toss them in one pan, a
Yep.
deep
Yeah.
pan, and it's very sacrilegious. So any Italian ears, you can just shut it off, and we'll tell you when you can come back. Um, so I take I take the pasta spaghetti and I just dump it in, to the pan with the ingredients. I boil the hot water, I pour it onto the thing, and then I light the stove, um, and and then I cook it, and at the end I add now Italians. You Okay? Go back to your safe place. Okay, we're going to. I use I use mushroom cream, but I don't make it. I buy it at a
Yeah.
Yeah.
store. So I use a mushroom cream. I used to do a marinara sauce, but I like mushroom cream better for it. I think the result is better in terms of taste, and it's also a lot easier to clean later. so so
Guy,
that's how I do it.
I
Yeah,
gotta make you my fettuccine Alfredo, man. You
yeah.
would
You
die.
should
Oh,
you
I
should
will.
ship it.
I'm gonna
Should
send
ship
you
it. Yeah.
I'm gonna send you my recipe that I would love for you to try out, man. I really would.
Yeah, I
All
would
right.
love to try some of your
Okay.
delicious,
Fleek,
authentic,
send him your cookbook,
authentic
man.
Yes.
boutique spaghetti, pasta.
Yeah. If you email me your address, I'll be more than happy to send you a cookbook.
Artisanal pasta, of course.
Artisanal. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Artisanal pasta. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yes, but Guy, you need a email Fleek your address so he can send you his cookbook.
of course, I will.
Yeah,
I
And
I'll
me
will.
send you
too,
one.
because I'm definitely gonna send you some stuff, and I want some stuff in
Yeah,
return
yeah.
from Israel. Definitely.
What would you like, sir?
I want an IDF T-shirt, okay? Because I can't find the one that I got. The Israeli Defense Force.
I don't have an IDF T-shirt, but I can give you my unit's T-shirt if you would like.
No, that's a fair deal.
Yeah,
I'll take
that's
that.
awesome.
Yeah, I can send you my unit badge if you want.
Cool.
Also.
Oh, dude, that would be, and we'll send you our coin of our
Yeah.
post and something else.
Is it a Bitcoin?
No, it's no. It is not a Bitcoin. No.
All right.
No, it is
we
not
gotta
a
wrap it up
Bitcoin.
because I have to go cut my grass.
You're cutting the grass now?
Yeah, I got to. I'm busy all weekend.
Okay. All right. Good to go.
So yeah, we gotta wrap it up. It's been an hour and a half anyway.
Guy, hey,
before we shut it down,
we want him. We want a number 2. We want a second interview with you. Okay.
Yeah, I don't want a number 2. I want a second interview.
You'll get a second interview.
Okay, Commander. Okay.
Hey, he's pretty good, man. He's pretty good. So,
Richard, are you also a free, quote unquote, Mason? Free?
No, sir.
I'm trying to get him. Actually,
no. I don't like killing goats.
We don't kill goats. We don't ride goats. We're not trying to take over the world.
You don't like to worship a decapitated head.
Listen, man. We do our prayers on the Bible. Okay, we are very, very.
Bible. Yeah, the Bible.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
it's the regular. Yeah, the Bible that I use like every Sunday. It's like.
So, hey, before we shut it down, we usually ask for something, ask questions at the very profound. But can you do me a favor? Can you give us a prayer in Hebrew?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good one. You know, I have
the Talmud. Do you have a Talmud right there?
No, I wish I had. You know how expensive Talmuds are?
They are very expensive. That would be, yes, they are very expensive.
Hundreds of dollars. Yeah.
Wow.
Let me look here, because I'm not a religious person. I pray in my own way. You know, I like to meditate. But maybe I'm worshiping Satan by mistake, but but maybe
I meditate twice a day, man. So that's good. Meditation is good.
Yeah, I meditate twice a day.
Yeah.
So,
well, he's cutting heads off of goats.
Oh, God,
yeah,
please.
exactly, and serve them up. Yeah, to
to
your 200 guests. Yeah, that's what they're eating.
No, they had brisket and ham and turkey.
Yeah.
Those 200 people.
It was ham.
Do you have a prayer?
I don't know. I'm not finding anything.
Can you do the
give us something profound in Hebrew?
Yeah, something profound in Hebrew.
Something profound. Okay. Let me take it here. Could you wait just a second, or you need to run?
Go.
Go ahead.
To cut the grass.
Oh no.
Okay,
no,
I'll be back in just a sec.
Yeah, I'm good.
Dude, it's almost like 3 o'clock his time.
Yeah, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning over there.
He's got to get some sleep or something. He's got kids to teach tomorrow.
I don't think he ever sleeps because he didn't. He hasn't yawned one time.
No, he has not.
I don't have anything. You know, I can hear you. I
know. I know you can hear us.
We're saying we're impressed that you haven't yawned or you're not sleepy. You're wearing your pajamas.
No. I just enjoy good company so much.
Oh man, right here,
really?
Right here, brother.
Really, I'm in the zone. Don't worry. I'm not on any kind of, you know, how do you
uppers?
Drugs?
No, A1. What? A A1 is substances. I can't remember what it's called. The grading system or whatever.
Yeah.
I forgot how it's called. I'm not on any,
No, that's okay.
Amphetamines.
Yeah.
Amphetamines. Yeah, there you go. Amphetamines.
I do not, I do not consume any libations.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
I'm right
don't
there with
do.
you, man. 6 years sober. I
Yeah,
haven't had a drink in 6 years.
yeah. I hadn't had a drink for 33. No, no. I drink beer, but get this. I drink beer once a year
One a year.
on my birthday,
Hey,
and
well,
that's
actually,
it.
wait a minute. I got a question. What's the beer that they serve in Israel? What's it called?
Yeah, I don't like it so much, but there are a couple of brands, but the two leading, brands is called the Maccabee and Gold Star. So
Maccabee.
those are, yes, Maccabee. Of course, you know about the basketball
Maccabee.
team, Maccabi, Tel Aviv. Was one of the strongest,
Oh,
in the
yeah. And it's one of
in
the
the
last
Euro-
books of the Old Testament.
Yeah,
Maccabee. Or is
no.
it Malachi?
I don't want to correct you because you're such a great, nice person, Commander.
Oh, man. No.
I
You
don't
can't
Wow.
want to
correct
Wow.
me.
be. I
Shots.
don't want to be. I don't want to be an a-hole. At this
You can
time
do
of
it.
the night.
Be
At
an
this
a-hole
time
guy.
of
Do
night.
it.
Do you want me to be an a-hole?
You can.
Malachi. Sorry, not Maccabees. Those are people. Malachi is
Yes,
the last book in the
Malachi.
Old Testament.
Malachi is one of the last 12 prophets of,
Prophets. Yep.
in the Old Testament. So it's a good thing that you caught yourself
Oh, yeah.
making
No,
a
I
mistake
get
there,
Maccabees and
because
Malachi.
I would
I get
I
them
would have
mixed up.
I would have ripped you a new one if you hadn't. So
I'm
This guy's
sorry,
tough.
Professor. I am so sorry.
yeah,
I'm so sorry.
I have an MA, master's degree, and bachelorette's degree, art history, English literature, and
You have a wait.
contemporary.
Hold on. You have a degree in art history?
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing. Dude, I got an A in that class. Roman and Greek
Wow.
art and archaeology. Yeah, I got
Aren't
an
you
A in that
impressed, guy?
class. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm
Where
impressed.
in university classes?
I know. The Arapakis, the piece of art.
Yeah.
The Augustus,
The
the
villa of
Augustus
peace.
of
Yeah.
Prima Porta.
Yeah. What
The
else?
goddess, the snake goddess, or the goddess of Willendorf.
Mhm.
Um, uh,
Yeah. Venus of
yep,
Willendorf.
Venus of Willendorf, with the big
Yeah,
breasts and the big ass. Yeah,
the prehistoric. Yeah,
yep,
that
exactly.
statuette. Okay, you get an A again.
I'll get a B.
Okay,
I'll take a B
and
plus from you. Go ahead. Go.
I haven't found any piece of high kind of literature in Hebrew. Okay, we don't have time for that
Okay.
to sift through everything. I have a few things in mind, but I'm not going to go and get them right now. So
Yeah.
I will read you Immanuel Kant.
Kant. Fuck yeah,
Kant.
dude! Holy shit!
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Immanuel Kant. Yeah,
I like
and
his name.
that's his actual name. Kant. K-A-A-N-T.
Yeah, Kant. It's
Oh.
pronounced
Kant.
Kant. It's Immanuel Kant. He's a
I'm going with
philosopher.
cunt. I'm going with cunt.
So listen up, boys. Okay.
Okay.
This is Hebrew. This is the best of the best you can get. Okay. על פי כן, היו רחוקים מלפקפק בנוכחותו של מושג המוסריות. להפך, הם היו מדברים בצער עמוק על חולשת האדם ועל חוסר שלמותו של הטבע האנושי, שאמנם אציל הוא עד כדי להעמיד לו למצווה רעיון הראוי כל כך להוקרה, אבל יחד עם זה, חלש הוא מכדי לחיימו. ושאינו משתמש בתבונה, שהייתה צריכה לשמש לו לקביעת חוקים, אלא לשם פיקוח על צרכי נטיותיו, אם בייחודן הו על הצד יותר טוב, כשאין מתאחות זו עם זו ככל האפשר. באמת אי אפשר בהחלט, כי יוברר על ידי הניסיון בוודאות גמורה, מקרה מפורש אחד שבו יהא הכלל המעשי של הפעולה, עם כל התאמתה מושג החובה. אמנם יש שגם לאור בחינת נפשנו החמורה ביותר, לא נמצא שום דבר שיעצור כוח להגיענו לפעולה זו או אחרת, לקורבנות. קורבנות means victimhood, okay? גדולים כל כך, מלבד הנימוק המוסרי של החובה. אבל אין להסיק מזה כל עיקר בוודאות, כי שום מניע נסתר של אהבה עצמית כשהוא מתחפש בדמות מושג החובה לא היה למעשה הסיבה העיקרית שהכריעה את הרצון, אלא שאנו נוטים להחניף לעצמנו ולהתאמר במניע אצילי יותר שאנו מייחסים לנו מתוך טעות, בעוד שלמעשה לא נוכל לעמוד בשלמות על המניעים הנסתרים, אפילו על ידי בחינת עצמנו המאומצת ביותר. Okay, how's that?
That was awesome.
That was beautiful, man.
That was great, buddy.
I love Hebrew,
There's
man.
zero relation for English and between English and Hebrew, unfortunately. It's not a Latinized, it's not a Roman,
No.
it's not a Greek, it's not a Grecian type of language. So unfortunately, you can't understand anything.
So
But
there's no translation?
That's a translation. That's a Hebrew translation. No, I'm just kidding. So basically what he's talking about, this is the basic principles, okay, of the metaphysics, okay? Metaphysics. So Immanuel Kant, for people listening who don't know, he was a very famous German philosopher, also a Freemason commander.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was, and so was Mozart too.
Yeah, he was. He was a great man. So was Mozart to music. Immanuel Kant is to contemporaneous or classical existential philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
So for people who don't know, he was a great influence on writers such as William Blake and great poets like Lord Byron, for example, and people like that, and generations and generations of authors and artists, and basically anyone who is basically the modern world would not exist in its current form without the philosophy and the teachings of this man right here, Immanuel Kant. That's the way you pronounce his name. It's not a derogatory kind of term. And yeah, so it was a great podcast. Thank you so much for having me, Richard. I know you need to run and trim your bushes.
He needs to trim his bushes. Hey, Guy, before you leave, I want to part with this. I actually, when I was in high school, we had a guest speaker at my high school, and he wrote a book called Night. Have you ever read it?
Who is the guest speaker?
Eli Wiesel.
Yeah, of course I read it.
I got to
Of course
meet
I
him.
read it.
I met.
Yes.
Yes. Well, yes. I knew you did, but I got
He's
to
a
meet
great
him.
man.
I got to shake
He's
his
a great
hand.
man. He's also a Freemason. He's also a great person. Yeah, just one of the greatest,
One of the greatest.
intellectual figures of our times.
Yes.
No doubt about it. Such a pure of heart,
Mhm.
pure of mind. His entrepreneurial and humanitarian and just the work that speaks for
Generations.
himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, for generations, and he will not be forgotten.
No.
I don't know if I'm not sure about Elie Wiesel if he was a Freemason, but I think I heard that he was. Not It's not a conspiracy theory.
No. 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 No.
People
No. Hey,
who
no.
are conspiracy theorists, please get off the
No.
Yeah.
Hey.
street.
Hey. Listen.
Okay,
Hey, guys.
go
The Freemasons. We
go
get that
play
all the
Candy
time.
Crush. Go
Hey,
play
one
Candy
of
Crush.
Andrew's best friends is a conspiracy theorist.
Oh yeah. He thinks the world is flat.
That's pretty mild, Well, conspiracy.
Not for me. Come here, hon. Say hi to Guy. Guy, this is my wife.
He's in Israel.
He's in Israel right now.
Hey, how are you? Did you
This
know
is-
your husband? Your husband is called Commander from now on.
Commander. He calls me
Commander Andrew.
Commander.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I got to go eat, and he's got to do his bushes, and you've got to get some sleep, Professor.
I hope I did not break off your marriage right there, but
No. We're good. I have to die before we're broken up, so it's okay. It's good.
yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
all right.
My guy,
written in
thank
the
you so
book,
much,
yeah.
man.
Thank you. If
Thank
you're
you.
on social media, look us up and send us a friend request.
Yeah, please do.
Of course I will.
I'll shoot you an
Immediately
email
after.
too. All right.
Of course, I'll send you an email with, detailed, intricate details of my recipe.
I'll
Ways
give you a
and
couple
methods
pages.
of preparation. Yeah, a couple of pages are in the ballpark. A couple of pages, a few hundred words, man. Nothing too fancy.
Nothing too fancy.
No.
All
Nothing
right.
too fancy. I'm not a chef. I'm not a great, accomplished chef, such as yourself, Commander, or Richard, who has drafted
Dude, seriously,
a recipe
dude,
book.
that nickname's going in the book, man.
Commander.
Yeah, Commander, go for it. Go 100%.
I love it.
Never look back. Never look back.
Hey, the boss is waiting for you behind
Hey,
you.
I know.
The
Guy,
guns are going out.
Yeah.
shalom,
Yeah.
brother.
Shalom, buddy.
All right, shalom.
Take care.
Bye. Thank you.